I'm just going to introduce you to another little project that's arrived, and I started on it last night because I was doing something else and I ran out of parts, so I turned my attention to this Mustang, little Mustang 1000. I switched it on and first impressions it seemed to be working, so I thought, oh, this is going to be a doddle this, but then I started investigating further. I'm not sure whether I've had a Mustang before. I'm not sure. Must have had in the past, but it's the same board inside as the old Amstrads, which that board appears in so many different makes and models, Harriers and Harvards and goodness knows what. But this one puzzled me because when you turn the squelch down, oops, turn that off for me. Turn the squelch. There's a volume. It clicks, which I've never come across before. So let's see what we've got. We're on channel 19. Squelch noise, which is a good sign. Right, but I think that's where it ends, because we've got here little switch there, CB and PA. So we'll put it in the CB position. Now normally when you switch these radios between CB and PA, in the PA position the display goes out, but in this case CB PA, it doesn't make any difference, the display stays on, which is a bit strange. Anyway, let's open the squelch and just listen to this. That's the squelch noise in the CB position. When you go to the PA position, the squelch noise changes. So the display stays on, which is a strange sign, and it doesn't appear to switch between CB and PA. We just get a change in the squelch noise. But we'll do a further test. We'll put it in the PA position and we'll key up the mic. And in the PA position it's still transmitting, and we can hear ourselves on channel 19 on the other radio. Put it in the CB position, still transmitting. So that's strange. CB and PA doesn't make any difference in transmit. It was still transmitting exactly the same. Incidentally, it's only putting out 3 watts, which is unusual, but there we are. So there's one mystery. The CB and PA switch is just affecting the noise that you're hearing out of the receiver, nothing else. Now when we turn the squelch down, it clicks and the display goes out, which is what you'd expect if you're switching to PA mode. However, you wouldn't expect it on the squelch switch, not on this make and model. But let's try it. No PA. Put the switch in the other position. So although the display has gone out, the PA itself is not working. So there's another little mystery for us. So that's what we found out before actually going in the radio. So now let us take a look inside the radio and see if we can figure out what's going on. Now this is where it gets really interesting, because over the years I've had a few radios that have been tweaked and twiddled by experts, and I've done a few myself, but I keep expecting to see them done by a high standard by somebody really smart and brainy. Up to now Up to now I've been very disappointed. Now take a look at this. Inside this radio I've disconnected this the loudspeaker, which incidentally was very strange. There was about a ton of solder on the loudspeaker and strands of metal and wire, and oh, it was a mountain of the stuff. It was really weird. But look at this. We've got here these bundles of tape. The microphone, it's been badly soldered around the microphone. I don't know why. Lots of wires. But look at these bundles of tape here. Now I don't know what's in these, but they're quite big bulky bundles, so it doesn't appear to be just a case of joining some bits of wire together. It really doesn't. So is there something inside here? And if so, what does it do? Three big bundles. What are they for? What do they do? Because as we've found, the radio just appears to be working as a straight 40 FM, putting out 3 watts, and the switches don't appear to do anything. No, what are they there for? These 3 very mysterious bundles. And if we flip the radio over, we find here another mysterious bundle. So what's it all about? And I can even see something down there as well. Now, what's it all about? Who knows? But it's going to be very interesting. So it's a bit of a puzzle now. I've got to unravel all this lot, take these out, because obviously I can't pass this radio on, even though it's working. It's working very, very badly. But I just couldn't pass it on with all this junk inside it. So I've got to take all this out and find out what it's connected to, because you've got a lot of wires here, and you wouldn't normally get all these wires inside this radio. So again, what's going on? Something here taped up, look. So just a massive extra wiring for what? Anyway, that's where we are. That is the next little baby to try and rescue. A Mustang CB 1000, a nice looking radio, nice, usual chrome and black, and the chrome is in quite good nick as well, and even the PCB is in good nick. It doesn't appear to have been messed about with on the actual board. Just all this junk inside. So that's where we are. That's a little job that I'm looking into at the moment, in between other jobs. Thank you for bearing with me, and I'll give you an update as soon as I have one. Well, guys, I've just got to show you this. I'm inside this little radio a little bit more now, and I've been undoing some of these taped up bundles, because I thought that this was a standard Mustang. I still don't know what it is, but you know, you've got a volume and a squelch channel change. That's all I expected, and of course the CB PA switch. But now I'm untaping these bundles inside, and I'm finding out all sorts of things. Look, these are the bundles that I've undone on the inside now. We've got like a potentiometer knob, volume control, squelch control, or mic gain, I've no idea, but we've got one of those wired in with wires on it. Here's another one with screen wires on it, so again, I've no idea what it's for. And a little switch. Is this the missing CB PA switch? I don't know, but we found a switch. So that's, we've got 2 potentiometers and an extra switch, all taped up with wires on them, so they're connected to something. Exactly what, I don't know yet. I've tried twiddling them, but I can't work out what they are. And then if we turn over the other side, on the other side here, we've got another switch. Again, wired to something, but what, I don't know. So we've got that, and then we've still got 1, 2, 3 taped up wire joints here as well for something. So what are we looking at? I don't know, I really don't know. Was this some other kind of rig? Was this one of the more advanced ones which had a lot of knobs and switches like the Rotels or whatever? But if so, one of those knobs should be a dimmer, and I've just twiddled them and they're not. There isn't a dimmer. So I don't know. But was it some other kind of CB radio that had more knobs and switches, and they've changed the front to one with less knobs and switches and left all the missing knobs and switches inside? It's beginning to look that way. Oh, this is turning out to be a real adventure. So what are we looking at? That is the question. Maybe it was if this is a Mustang 1000, maybe it was a Mustang 2000 or 3000, I don't know. But it's proving an interesting adventure. So I thought I'd give you that quick update. It's becoming I mean, I've never seen anything like it again. Oh, for goodness sake. Is anybody out there? What? Oh, right. New bargain off eBay. The idea is I can actually see what I'm doing. I can actually see the radios now. Well, that's the idea anyway. Yeah, it's working very, very well, and I'm really pleased with it. So, you never know. Next radio I do, I might actually do it properly. Right, let's put it down for now. Put it down. I want to talk a little bit more about this little Mustang. Oh, shut up. This Mustang I've been messing about with. At long last, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I've sorted out all the little problems with it, and I've done some tests on it, so I'm going to reveal what the results are. And it's looking really, really good. But if anybody knows the master rig doctor that fixed it in the first place, I've got a nice little vacation for him in the dungeons at the local castle. 6 months in the castle at Drake, where they do the I'm a Celebrity. I think that should teach him. Right. Anyway, I've got the cyanide meter connected up. Put the signal generator on. As you can see there's our cyanide, 12 dB cyanide, smack in the centre of the green on the little cyanide meter. Now if I put my magnifying lens on, I might be able to read my signal generator. But actually it's astonishing, it's 125 dBs. I mean, that is fantastic, that. Minus 125 dBs for 12 dB cyanide. That is absolutely astonishing. I think if a fly was to sneeze in Australia, you'd hear them on this little CB. It's absolutely outstanding, the sensitivity for the little Mustang 1000. So that is, well, I'm blown away with that. Anyway, let's go through some of the other figures. Me moving the camera around a little bit. Now we're going to look at the power. We're on channel 20. Key up. plug it in first, idiot. That's off now. Oh, okay. Channel 20, transmit, and there we have it, 27791225. So that's pretty much spot on with the frequency. You're not going to get much nearer than that. So the frequency is spot on, and the power is just a shade under 4 watts. I don't know whether I could get it any more if I tweaked and twiddled it, but that's pretty good. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to start damaging cores by forcing them. So the transmit power just under 4 watts. The frequency absolutely correct. And now we'll have a look at the deviation. See what the deviation is. Right, we'll have a look what the deviation is now. The deviation meter is on the 0 to 3 kilohertz scale. So we're looking for just below the green area on the meter. Let's have a look what the deviation is like. Key up. Hello. 1. There are. It's the peak. The peak is 2.5 kilohertz. And so again, absolutely spot on. So outstandingly sensitive. Power is just under the 4, which is what you'd expect to be legal. And deviation, absolutely spot on, 2.5 kc peak. So what more can you say? Let's take the camera in now and have a close-up look at the radio. And we'll have a little look at the radio now, as it is. Just checking around what I've got to switch off, excuse me. Don't want too many things switched on at the same time. So you remember, we had all those extra knobs inside it. They've all gone. All the extra knobs that shouldn't have been there, all gone. Camera that side. I've put this masking tape on here because the chrome is absolutely outstanding on this radio. It's really fabulous condition, the chrome, and so I don't want to risk marking it in any way. It's a shame. It would be a shame to mark it because it's so good. So masking tape is on it, and I think that will be staying on it now for the foreseeable future. But as you can see, there's nothing there that shouldn't be there. It's all nice and clean and clear. The same applies to the other side. None of those gadgets that shouldn't be there. It's turned into an absolutely fabulous little radio. Can't fault it in any way. So there you go, and the front panel. Nice front panel. Nice condition. So it's turned into a really nice radio. Just cannot fault it. I'm really pleased with it now. And I say the sensitivity is out of this world. So it's been well worth it. It's taken a lot of effort to get it back into this condition. It's taken many hours of working on it, but that's the end result. And well, I say the sensitivity is just blowing me away. It's absolutely fantastic. So now all we need to do is find the idiot that made such a mess of it in the first place, and tell him there's a nice cold damp dungeon waiting for him at Great Castle in Abergele. you can be the next star of I'm a Celebrity. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for following these videos on this outstanding radio.